Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to a video we didn't think we were going to see, i.e. Project Gino. Been MOT'd, you can see behind me, it's on ramps, so let's find out why. It passed its MOT, no problem whatsoever. Well, I'll say no problem whatsoever. Two very small advisories. One advisory was that there is a small coolant leak. I asked him where, and he said, "Oh, it's from the." Have you had some work done? I said, "Yeah, put a new radiator on." He went, "Oh yeah, one of the rubber hoses." I said, "Is it the top one?" He said, "Yeah." When I get home, I have a look, and it's not the top one, it's the bottom one. And what it is, I think it looks to me, you know that the plastic angle pipe that goes on that side. It looks like it's a very, very slight angle, so I don't think it's sitting correctly. I mean, there's no leak down there at the moment. I think it's when it comes up to pressure. And obviously, taking it down to the MOT station, it was up to pressure. And then when I got back, I had a look, and I could see it was dripping by the bumper. In fact, we'll get the bonnet up and have a look. It was dripping onto the lip of the bumper and then down, and I'm pretty certain that's where it was coming from. So I put it up on ramps. I think all I'm going to need to do is take out the little metal clip, and I think I'm just going to have to gently tap it with a hammer, and that should reseat it properly. I'm going to have a proper look at it first, because you can normally see where it sort of goes up to where it's meant to stop, and there's like a ridge of plastic, and if there's a little bit of a gap there, that will definitely show that's where it's coming from, or you know, that's not on correctly. If it is and it still leaks, what I'm probably going to have to do is drain it down and put another one of those on, because it might be that. It might even be the rad, of course. I mean, it's a brand new rad, a pattern part, but you know, I've never ever had a problem with those before. But let's not jump the gun. Let's have a look first. So we'll do that in a sec. And the other thing was the offside rear tyre has got a nail in it, or screw in it. So I bought one of those kits. I think I mentioned it before. I bought one of those kits. You get 15 strips, and it's sort of impregnated with an adhesive type thing. You take the screw out, you push the thing in, make the hole, clean the hole up, thread all the stuff through another thing, stick it in, twist it around, pull it out, and then that seals it. Now someone mentioned, now I don't want to cast, I was going to say cast aspersions, that's the wrong saying. I don't want to question someone who said they've been in the tyre business for 40 years, or they had been in the tyre business for 40 years, and it's only meant as a temporary fix. Everything that I've read about these kits is that they're a permanent fix, not a temporary fix. So whilst I'm not questioning what they're saying, well, I sort of am, to be honest, but the foam stuff, yeah, that is obviously, you put the foam stuff in to seal a puncture, yes, that is a temporary fix, but this stuff is meant to be a permanent fix. So that's what I'm going to do. Obviously I don't know where in the tyre it is. I'm assuming it's somewhere that you know, in the flat part of the tread, the centre part of the tread, that it's going to be a place that I can repair it. If it's not, obviously I'll just go and get a new tyre on it. But I wanted to try these kits for a while. I'd seen them, and now of course I've got an opportunity to use it. It was just over 10 quid, and as I said in the last video, that you know, it costs you at least a tenner to have a puncture repaired, if not more, if not maybe 15. And I can do 15 puncture repairs with this, so got to give it a go. So enough waffle, let's get on with it. Let's get underneath. I'll get a torch up there. We'll have a look. It is today's Monday, and it is one of the 2 hottest days in the history of this country. At the moment, as you can see, the car's in shade, although it is blisteringly warm. It's only about 10 o'clock, so it's obviously going to get a lot hotter later on in the day. But I want to do these things. I want to try and fit that reversing camera today as well, and then the car will be finished. I need to give it a wash and then take the photographs, and then it'll be up for sale. And I would like to get that done today, as well as continue with this. But I think, you know, this is in full sun at the moment. I've got the door over there, has been delivered. I've got a few bits and pieces. I think there's some bits and pieces coming today as well. But as I say, this video is for this car. We didn't think we'd be seeing this car again, but another reason for filming this, I wouldn't have ordinarily bothered, but because you asked me for a cost breakdown, on this. I will, once it's sold, I will do the cost breakdown, and you'll see this video after the car is actually sold, not before, so I can give you an accurate breakdown then on what the costs were. Anyway, let's get on. I'm hoping you're going to be able to see this okay. As you can see, there's the bottom, and you can see it's covered in coolant, and it's falling onto here and then falling off. It's actually coming from above. It's coming from the hose that joins the main water pipe. Now that pipe looks in good condition, it doesn't look rusty, so I'm wondering whether that pipe is not pushed on properly. I can't remember. I think I did that up. So I don't know if it's not done up tight enough, or whether the hose isn't pushed on properly, or maybe the hose is split. So we'll have to inspect that. Obviously that's something I'm going to have to do from above. Yeah, so I mean, in a way that's good, but it's quite awkward to get to, but hopefully I should be able to get a screwdriver or a spanner with a wrench with a long reach. I think it'd probably have to be a long screwdriver. I don't know if that's in focus or not. Can you see it there? I'm sure you can see that. Right, that's sort of good. It's actually worse than I thought, because it's, you know, it's not really under pressure now, because all I did was take it from out the front of the house and bring it here, and you can see it's leaking now. Although it hasn't dripped yet, it's sopping wet. So let's see if we can do that. See if I can get a screwdriver down. I'm going to take it off, put it back on, clean it up, then start her up and see if it does the trick. Okay. Right, again, hopefully you can see that, it's in focus. So I undid it. I didn't take it off, obviously. I did say before I was going to take it off, but obviously I didn't do that because it would have all poured out everywhere. So what I did is I undid it from the top, loosened it, turned it round to the bottom, and then I'm not sure whether it pushed on anymore or not, but I got a feeling it wasn't really done up tight enough. Because it's quite awkward to get to that, I think it was tight, but it wasn't tight enough. That's what I'm hoping. So I've cleaned it all up. I moved it to slightly further up the pipe, or down the pipe, I can't remember. But I've cleaned it all up down there, cleaned it all up there. So now what I just need to do, it was even over the oil filter. It had made a right old mess. So I need to start it up now, and then we'll climb back underneath and have a look, see if it's sorted it. Hopefully it will. It's nice and tight, so it should be okay. We shall see. Let's just go and start it up and we'll come back. Right, it's been running for about 5 minutes. It all seems dry as a bone. Completely dry, nothing. So I thought hopefully that's done it. All good by the looks of it, that's good. Right, well, there it is. See, they put some yellow marks on the tyre there. It's there. Can you see it? I can't see the viewfinder. Yeah, it's so bright with the sun I can't see the viewfinder, but yeah, there it is there. I'm sure you can see it, but I'm just going to point to it. So there's no head on it. So I mean, it might not have even gone into the actual tyre itself, depends how long it is. But I'm going to see if I can get it out. I'm going to pry it out with screwdrivers, and I'll get some long nose pliers as well. I've got some long nose pliers which aren't in the garage. They're in the 500X, so I need to get my keys for that and go and get them. But I'm going to try and prise it out with a screwdriver first. I can't do it one-handed, so I'll have to come back once I've at least got part of the way out, and then we'll see if it makes the tyre go down. Well, before we get this out, and I have, whilst I was trying to get it out with the screwdriver, as I'm poking around I can hear air hissing as I'm moving it around, so it obviously has gone all the way through. So the tyre's going to go down when I take it out. Yeah, so this is the kit. So what you get in here, nice little bag to carry it around in, instructions, tuck that under there so they don't blow away. So we've got 15 of these, so it's sort of a rubber type stuff, but it's impregnated with some sort of resin glue. You've got this little tool that you thread all those onto, and then you ram that into the hole, and you've got this thing that you shove into the hole once you've got the nail out, that sort of cleans up the hole and makes it slightly bigger, ready to push those in. So yeah, looks relatively easy to do. The most difficult part is getting that out. Hopefully with the long nose pliers I can get it out, but let's give it a go. We'll try and get it out and then we'll come straight back. There you go, it's going down. That's all it was. Look, that little thing there. So while that's going down, I'm going to shove that in. That stops it. So you're supposed to twist that around, make the hole a bit bigger. I'm going to leave that in there for the minute. I'm just going to thread all this stuff. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the tripod. I'm going to put you on the tripod for a minute. That way I don't have to try and hold the camera, so bear with me. Alright, so I've taken the backing off. It's quite sticky, this. Bearing in mind it is really hot as well, so it probably isn't the best weather to be doing it in. Then you shove that through there somehow. Why won't that fit through? Can't get it to actually fit in there. My word. Doesn't actually go through the eye. I have to try and push it in with a screwdriver. If I can, it won't go in. I have to try and flatten it down a bit. Yeah, I think they are flat because they look flatter. They look flatter in the pack. So I think it's just sort of squashed up a little bit. So I need to jam it in there. If I can get it started, I can pull it through. There we go. So you get that in the middle like that. And then you're getting this, to make sure you're getting this in yet. So we've twisted that around. Pull it out. And then push that in. About 2/3 of the way in, it said. Like that. And then just pull it out. Like that. And then you cut off the excess. There you go. Done. And that has sealed the hole. How good is that? Why did my voice go all high then? I like it. So I'm going to leave it a little while, and then I'm going to re-inflate the tyre to its full pressure, and then that is done. That's really good. That is really, really good. So let me just show you that again. That was the thing. I'm getting that in. Yeah, I think so. It's just that tiny little thing that was left in there. Great. Brilliant. Love it. It was really good. I didn't actually lose that much air. It doesn't even look like the tyre's gone down at all, but I will check the pressures. So yeah, so that's the tyre plug-in kit. Really good. Okay, so now we come on to the reversing camera. So we've done the water leak, coolant leak. We've done the tyre. That's the two things on the MOT. Now, esta parte del video es especialmente para María del Macasas Verde. I hope that was correct, Maria. So, basically what I just said was, this part of the video is especially for Maria. Maria, I don't know which, she speaks Spanish. I don't know whether she's Spanish or Mexican or, you know, Latino of some sort that speaks Spanish. Might be Brazilian, I don't know. Might even be Portuguese, because it's very similar, isn't it? So yeah, my Spanish translation, esta parte del video es especialmente para María del Macasas Verde. Maria has asked about the camera a couple of times, so this part's for her. So Maria, welcome to the video. Thanks for watching, and thanks for putting up with my dodgy translations. But let's get into this. So first of all, it's a very, very slight bit of confusion. Let me explain. So normally I've fitted cameras before, a camera before. It was to my sister-in-law's car, not the one she's got now, not the mint one, the previous one. She had a red Lounge, and there was a monitor that I mounted on the dashboard, and that just had normal, like the reversing sensors do. You have your video cable like this, you have your power wire, you have your camera, same as you have your sensors if you have reversing sensors. Now this one, there's nothing on the when I bought it on the listing. I think I got it on eBay. Yeah, I got it on eBay. The instructions on this are as good as useless. They're so tiny, and just look at this. Look at that. You can barely see it. So that's yeah, pretty pointless. You get a hole saw. So this is going to be mounted in the bumper. I decided to go for one that mounts in the bumper, which is what I did before, I think, because as you know, those cameras I bought that will go in the number plate lights don't fit. Confusion I've got with this So you've got your you got your power cable, so your power cable plugs into there. You've got your red and black. Your red goes to the reversing light on your rear light, same as with the sensors, so when you put it into reverse it gives it power. The black is obviously an earth. Now the video cable, for some reason, also has a red wire on it, both ends. Now I've never seen that before, and I'm not quite sure why. I'm not sure why they've got those, and it doesn't show those on the instructions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soft fit it. I'm not going to put it in the bumper or anything. I'm just going to connect it up, connect the power up, take the stereo out, connect that to the input, isn't it? Input for the head unit. See if it works. Put it in reverse and see if it works. If it doesn't, then we'll have to go back to the drawing board and try and figure out what these are for, where these are supposed to go. I mean, I could possibly understand it on one end. You've got to run power to it. I don't think you have, because the power is, you're taking the power from here. So I don't really quite understand that. All you're sending down that yellow cable is a video signal. The stereo is powered, the camera is powered. Why would you need power on there? So I don't really know, unless these have got a dual use. Don't know. But we're going to try it. So I'm going to set you up. We'll do this in real time, pretty much as we can. And we'll try it. If it works, if I plug it in and it works, then we'll fit it properly. Because it would be nice to have it in this car. And then we can finally put that stereo in properly using double-sided tape to make it a bit more secure. Anyway, let's... what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back light out. I'm going to try and... I think I can remember which light is the reversing light. We'll get it all sort of set up, and then we'll try it and see what happens. Let's go for it. Okay, so what I've done, I discovered, I read in the instructions, and it appears that does have to be powered. You have to have that red wire does have to go to the same power of the reversing light. So I've joined those together. I've got the earth, and then reading the book. So I've got the power wire and the power wire from the video cable going to the reversing light. Got the earth going to there. I've got that plugged in. There's the camera just sitting there. And I've run the cable just over the seats temporarily, and I've got it plugged into the video cable. And the cable that says brake, but I don't think it's anything to do with the brake. Let me just take the handbrake off. No, because according to the instruction books, it says the pink cable or the brown cable. And that doesn't seem to be a pink cable or a brown cable. That is definitely the output for the input for the camera. And I thought I'd just try that and see what it does, but I'm not getting a picture from the camera, and I don't know why. There were some diagrams I remember on the listing on AliExpress, so I might have to have a look at that as well. But yeah, looking at the stereo itself, I can't figure out. I thought they were all labelled. But it says on here, let me just grab the instructions and get to the page, and they'll come straight back. See, this is the main power cable, and it says pink reverse. But I can't see anything on it that says brake, and I can't think what the handbrake one is for. Was that something to do with watching videos? So I don't know. So you can only watch videos when the handbrake's on. I think that's what that is for. Obviously, it stops you being able to watch videos when you're driving along, I suppose. But I can't find. Yeah, pink is reverse, and then if we go into the bit up here somewhere, where's it gone? Hang on. Bear with. Reversing camera. Okay, so. Fixed rear. So red, connect to the positive pole of the upside down lamp. The upside down lamp means reversing lamp, broken English. And then the pink line attached to the tail line of the machine, back reversing detection line. But I can't find one, so I don't know which one it is. and I'm looking at it on the back and I can't find a cable. You've got key 1 and key 2, which are for steering controls, which are not connected to anything. You've got the brake that's not connected to anything, and I can't find anything else. And there's nothing in there that seems like it is the correct wire, so I'm a bit of a loss now. I'm just going to check that I have got the right connection on the plug. I'm pretty sure I have, but I'm just going to check that. I'm going to get my circuit tester out. I'm pretty certain I've done these so many times, but I'm pretty certain it's that green and grey one. I suppose I ought to just push it into the other one just to try it, shouldn't I really? Let me do that first, and then if not, I'll then get me circuit test, and then I can see. It actually says that earth is not required, but I've got it connected anyway. Yeah, strange one. Hopefully I'm going to get to the bottom of this, otherwise it's a waste of time. Right, let me just get my circuit tester, give it a try. Right, so unfortunately I've given up on that. I've had to take it out. I've looked at the manual, I've looked at the listing on AliExpress, which mentions that brown wire, and there doesn't seem to be a brown wire. I've put it on, there's 2 that say brake, I've put it on both of those, and it still doesn't work. So I don't know, there's a possibility it's the camera, but my money is on the fact that, I don't know, I can't identify the wire, and I can't find a wire that it refers to. It's got the video cable, which is the right cable, so it must have the facility, but for some bizarre reason it doesn't seem to want to work on this or not. I don't know why, so I'm leaving it, never mind. But I will keep this. When I do another one of these, and I will do another one, I will get a different one, and we'll try it again. So that will be on another project, obviously. But it's disappointing, but I don't know, I just don't know why it's not working. I cannot fathom it out, so I'm glad I didn't put it in the bumper. Frustrating, very frustrating, but you know, it's these cheap Chinese things, aren't they? It does the job. I have ordered a new aerial base, a black one, unfortunately, because the white ones are like 4 times the price of the black ones, so I've ordered a black one. When I took this to this MOT, where I take it to the MOT, it's down quite low, but throughout the whole of that area I had a really terrible radio transmission, signal, so I don't know whether the aerial base has had it or not, so I've ordered one. I'm going to try it again, but I've ordered one. It's probably going to come today, actually, if not the next couple of days, and I'll probably change it just to try it. But again, could be the crappy radio, couldn't it? Don't know. As I said when I was installing this, it's good. The sound is good. When you're playing your music from your phone and that, the sound is really good. However, if it was my car that I was keeping, I would, without a shred of a doubt, spend more money and get a better one. It's worth spending the extra money, I think. There is one called a Halo, which I think is hundreds of pounds, but that's the one that a lot of people who convert them in their own cars. Halo 9, I think it was, or is that a computer game? I don't know. It was definitely called a Halo. But yeah, there are no doubt better ones that you can buy, cheap ones. Plenty of people have got them in their cars. I guess you get what you pay for. And bearing in mind the amount of hot weather we're having at the moment, today being the hottest day on record ever, or it's going to be, it's not at the moment, it's up in the low 30s at the moment I think, but it's destined to go to 40 or above. When I took this for MOT and it was a hot day again, a bit like this, and I had the aircon on, there ain't much air coming out of those 2 vents. It's enough to cool the car down, but you can't direct that on your face. Obviously you can't direct it at all, and it's only a small gap, so yeah, that is a major downside of these types of stereos, that although they do give you vents, rather than you blocking the vents up from with an ordinary single din, there's barely any airflow coming out of those at all, so you're relying on your side ones more than anything. But again, as I say, it did cool the car down, but you couldn't direct it onto your face. Anyway, that's it. There's not much more I can do now. I'm just going to give the car a clean, take some photographs, and we're all done. I need to pump that. It doesn't even look like that tyre needs to be pumped up, but I will pump it up. Yeah, okay, so we'll give it a clean, we'll come back, and that'll be it. And then after that, we'll go into the costs, which we'll do once the car's actually sold, so I can give you an accurate breakdown of, obviously I can give you a breakdown now of what I've spent, but I can give you a breakdown of and profit and what have you. Anyway, so we'll be back once we've cleaned it, final look over it, and then we're done. That's it, done, finito. Absolutely all done, nice and clean inside and out. Tyres are all blacked up. Final couple of little touch-up bits on the paintwork that I'd missed. That's it, sorted, absolutely sorted. I'm ready to go. Well pleased with this one. Well pleased with it. And hopefully this stereo, although not the best stereo in the world, hopefully that nice 7-inch screen stereo will make it sell even better. So price wise, I had intended to put this up for £3 grand, but I think it's worth more than £3 grand. So I am going to put it up for £3,250. And I don't normally take offers. No one even generally bothers to try and knock me down, but when people do, I tend not to, because more often than not, when someone comes to look at it, I've got at least one other person lined up that wants to come and look at it, or that's interested. So I sort of, you know, to a degree, it's a seller's market. I shouldn't say that because it'll all go wrong. But yeah, I'm going to put it up for £3,250. I could possibly get a bit more for it, but I don't want to be greedy. I don't know off the top of my head what I've spent. Over two. I'm not sure what, so I'm not going to guess, but we'll go into the figures later. But yeah, that's it. So I need to take photos, and then we'll get it up for sale tonight. And then hopefully, well, it's Monday today. Usually, within a couple of days, they're sold. Usually, the last one sold in less than 24 hours. And I think the one before that did as well. Out of all the ones I've done, I think only 2, possibly 3, have not sold to the first person that comes to look at it. And more often than not, they seem to, they quite often take it the same day. So it's got brand new MOT on it. It's had a service. It's got, I can't remember if I've got to do that. I've got to check those service history. But I've done the oil, and the filter's brand spanking new, so I didn't change the filters. I did put new oil in it. Yeah. Looks the business. So it's a great little car. Yes, it's only a colour therapy, but yes, it's got aircon, which is nice and cold. Yeah, it's beautiful car. Anyway, enough of my waffling. I'm just standing here admiring the gleam. It's been a journey, as always. They're always a bit of a journey. Back onto this one next. Yeah, great stuff. Anyway, we'll come back once we've sold it, and we can then go through the figures with you. Be on this video, and as I say, this will definitely be the last video on this car. So, okay, see you in a bit. Right, the final thing we've got to do on this car, the final thing, is the key. So all the time I've had it, it's had this ropey old case on it. So what we're going to do is going to take it off, and what we've got here, I bought on AliExpress an entire key. So you've got a blank blade, complete case, everything you need except for the circuit board. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to steal the case off of it. So I'm going to take this old case off. We're missing the top bit anyway. So I'm going to take this rubbishy one off, give it a bit of a clean with some elbow grease, as always. Nice clean. We could actually replace the buttons. I might actually replace the buttons because they're a bit bulbous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the button bit off of the new key. So we'll take that shell apart, just snap it apart, I can get it off. He says snap it apart. Oh, blimey, it doesn't want to come apart. Let's get a screwdriver on it and hope we don't break it. There we go. Just need to get it started. There we go. That comes off eventually, and then we'll take that piece off And that piece will go on to there, which then gives us what looks like, once we get the cover on, you can hear it actually locking and unlocking the car. Just need to push all that in, so it's all where it should be, like that. And then we put the new case on, that piece on first. If we can get it on, snapped in, and then we put the front on. He says it will snap on eventually, hopefully without busting it. Doesn't want to go into this bit. It will go, trust me. Needs a bit of encouragement. There we go. That's in. There we have a nice white key, which really should have been. Have I got a blue one? No, I've got a black one and a red one. So I haven't got a blue one. So I'll have to get it, but not for this car. But I will get. So that now looks, as you can see, if we bring that up to the camera, that looks like a brand new key now. So I've replaced this piece and the shell, and we can get rid of the old one. We'll keep this piece because you never know when we might have a key with that missing. But we'll keep the rest of it as well. They're definitely worth keeping, all these little bits. So yeah, nice brand new key. Make sure it works, shall we? Yep, yep, yep. That's it. That's it, done. Okay, so it's the next day now. I put the ad on about 7 o'clock yesterday evening on the mums group. Today at 1:15 or thereabouts, I'm getting my first person coming to view it. So less than 24 hours later, let's hope she buys it. So I will let you know. Hopefully this video possibly might even go out tomorrow night. If she buys this today, then I can do the figures, get this video out for the Wednesday video. Yeah, let's hope so. Anyway, I'll let you know. Morning, it's the next day. So the lady I just told you about, who was coming at 1:15 yesterday, it was about 1:10, and I looked at my phone and she'd sent me a message at 12:20 saying she's decided to get something a bit newer, so she won't be coming. A loss. Anyway, so I didn't have anyone else lined up, and then I got a message a couple of hours later from somebody. I'm very interested in this. Is it still available? So I sent a message back saying, yeah, I only put it on about 7 o'clock last night. Still available. I'm here all day today and tomorrow if you want to come and have a look, whatever's convenient. So she messaged me back and said, can we come about 7 o'clock tonight? Last night. So yes, she came. She came with her dad, her mum and her daughter. Young daughter down there, sort of, I don't know, 7 or 8, something like that. And she's having it. With a very slight little bit of negotiation. They wanted, I put it up, as you know, for 3,250 because I think it was worth more than 3. They tried for 3 grand. No. Seeing as I didn't actually have anyone at that time, anyone else that wanted to come and look at it, I thought we'd do a little bit of a deal. So she said to me, "What's the lowest you'll take?" And I said 3,150. So we shook hands at 3,150, and she's picking it up about 3:30 this afternoon. So that's good. So this is definitely the last video you'll be seeing on the car. So there she is, your last view. Still nice and clean, although it did rain on it last night a little bit. After that horrendous couple of days of heat, we did have some rain, but I'm not going to clean it again. It's only a little bit on the roof, I think. Oh, what's that there? Oh no, it's Dirty Mark, because I took her out for a spin and there must have been some water or something on the road. Dirty Mark, thought it was a big scratch for a minute. Whew. Anyway, yeah, so she's picking it up at 3:30 today. So I guess what we need to do now, I'll take you upstairs and we'll look at the figures and give you the price breakdown. Okay, so car is gone. As you just saw, it was driven away by the lady and her daughter. And I'm not gonna put the picture because she sent me a picture of the car parked outside her house with her daughter standing in pride of place next to the driver's door. But obviously she's a young child, so I'm not going to put the picture on there. But yeah, she loves it, absolutely loves it, and said her daughter Emily has already fallen in love with it. How sweet. So let's go through the figures. So I bought the car on the 16th of May. Today is the 20th of July. So just over 2 months, isn't it? May, June, July, yeah, 2 months and a bit. So the car was £575 was the hammer price, plus fees, came out at £843.80. Delivery from Rochford was £90. I bought a bonnet in colour, which was £104.99. I bought a brand new bumper because I couldn't get one in colour, so I bought a brand new bumper, which was a Parts Plus bumper, which was £79.50. The dash and airbags were £127. Windscreen was £150. The MOT was £31.50. Seatbelts and pre-tensioners were £80 for the pair. The front panel and the radiator was £100. Didn't need a condenser. The painting of the bumper was £150. £6.50 for a service book. The handbook, so all the books along with the cover, you know, the Fiat cover, that was £23.35. New radiator I had to get. If you remember, the radiator I had with the front panel was a load of rubbish and had a hole in it, so I had to buy a new radiator, which was £52.99. And the stereo from AliExpress was £96. Wheel arch liner was £22.95, and that's it. And I mean, I don't bother counting like a bit of coolant and some oil and what have you. So it was serviced in March, 1,000 miles ago in March, so it didn't need a service. Although I did top the oil up, but apart from that, it didn't need a service at all. I had the brakes done in March as well. So I sold it for £3,150, and that is a pre-tax profit of £1,191.42. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so that was it. That's the end of that one. £1,191 pre-tax profit. I always try and aim for about £800 to £1,000 profit. So that's, when you think though, sold it for £3,150, only actually cost, the hammer price was only 575 quid. So big difference, isn't there? All that amount of money. See, the bumper, if I'd been able to get a bumper in colour, I probably would have paid 125, 130, 140. So I paid 100, what was it, 79, so it's £225 I paid for that bumper, with the bumper and for the painting. So that was quite a lot. And of course the front panel I paid £100 for. I wouldn't have paid that much for a brand new one. I bought it with the radiator and supposedly a bar. Oh, I didn't include the bar on that as well. I'll have to look up the price of the bar, but that was probably about 25-30 quid. So we can knock that off. Yeah, that's not on there. Front panel rad. In fact, actually, I think the bar was included on that. So no, we don't have to do that. Dash and airbags are cheap. The windscreen obviously 150 quid. That's quite a big chunk, but you know, dash and airbags go, you need a new airbag. You need a new windscreen. So yeah, there's nothing massively expensive apart from the bumper. That was the biggest expense really. But that's what happens when you get them in that colour. And I've got a spare now. I could do with getting a pop, because it is a pop bumper. If I happen to get another blue lounge, then I can still use that, and I'll just cut the tabs off and stick the chrome on. So yeah, so it's not bad. So that's it. Now you asked me for the fees on this one. I don't always costs on this one. I don't always do the costs, but as I said before, if you ask, then I'll do it. But that's it. So that's the end of this project now. So yeah, I'll just show you it driving away when she when the lady took it a couple of hours ago, and that'll be it. So as always, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this project. I think it was a really nice project, and it's turned out, there was a bit of grief for that bonnet alignment and all that, but it's turned out really nice in the end. Really nice. There's just not a mark on it. It's a beautiful car, and it goes well, and it's low mileage, so what more can you want? So yeah, so as always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Until the next one, take care, stay safe. Just watch the bit where it drove away, and then we'll see you soon.